sometimes there can be kind of a natural kind of conflict between, CSRs, our dispatchers, and technicians. The reality is everybody's under pressure. Everybody's trying to do a great job, and sometimes, stress can get to people and tempers can flare. It's critically important that our CSRs remain, mindful of the need to create the good relationships with the technicians. The reality is when the technician walks in the house, a large part of their success is going to have to do with their mindset, and that mindset in many cases will have a reflection of the conversation they've had with CSRs. So we want to be mindful to treat people with respect. We want to be mindful that everybody's trying to do a good job. Sometimes the technicians are blaming the CSRs, CSRs are blaming technicians. We have to remember that we all have a common goal, and that is great service and building a great company. So we got to make sure we understand that everyone's on the same page. One of the things I recommend is sometimes maybe take a technician out of the field for a couple of hours and let him sit next to a CSR and see the pressure they're under, see the conversations they're having with homeowners, see how difficult it can be, to juggle, 5 or 10 or 15 different technicians in terms of where they are in the map and that type of thing. Let them experience each other's jobs and do the same thing with your CSRs. Send them out on a service call. Let them see how sometimes technicians are walking into homes and the homeowner is mad because their system's broken and they're taking it out on the technician, right? Because the technician is the bearer of bad news, and we all know there can be the kill the messenger syndrome. So take your CSRs, throw them out in the field one morning. Let them see what the other person is dealing with. When people start understanding the pressures and the stress on the other person's job, it gives them a much better insight and a much bigger likelihood of being more empathetic and understanding about the stresses, the situations that each other is under. That can help facilitate better relationships. So it's summertime. We all want to be effective, but we got to make sure that we're filling the schedule, that we're creating that urgency list, and most of all, that we're being nice to people, right, with respect to our homeowners and with our technicians. Another thing that we got to keep in mind with our CSRs is that they are the first line of defense, the first opportunity to start selling service agreements. Service agreements are such an important part of our company. It's such an important part of our daily revenue. It's such an important part of everybody having work to do. The reality is, if you've got a ton of service agreements, everybody has work, even in the slowest parts of the season. So what I want to do is to share a little video that we developed a while back, we produced a while back, that kind of talks about some of the things we could do as CSRs to lay the groundwork to start selling maintenance agreements.